Shut up and sit down.
It's time!
Today the UFC gave a massive two fingers to all of their UK fans. We've been waiting for ages and ages for UFC Manchester to come. It's been rumoured for so long, and today they finally confirmed it. The 27th of July, UFC 304 is going to be taking place in Manchester. All of UK fans like myself have been absolutely buzzing for this. Tom Aspinall is going to be on the card, Leon Edwards too probably. What a night it's going to be. But the UFC put a massive damper on it today as they come out and announced that the card is going to be taking place at US prime time. The one time the UFC is coming to the UK and bringing a smashing card like this, it's going to be in US prime time. So the prelims are going to be starting at 11 PM in Manchester on the Saturday night, and the main event won't be starting till probably about 5:30 in the morning. That's absolutely brutal for UK fans, and it's a big two fingers up to them as well from the UFC. The UK is absolutely massive here in the UK, and for every pay-per-view, we go sleepless nights watching it from 11 PM to 6 AM, all hours in the morning, and we stay up for it every time. And the one time the UFC are bringing a brilliant card to us, we still have to do it, and it's to suit the US market. I know they done this 8 years ago when it was Bisping against Henderson, but that was 8 years. Look how much the sport has came on in the UK since then. The UFC can say this is a business move and that the US is their prime market. And yes, I agree with that, but it's only because the US is bigger. The MMA and UFC is absolutely massive in the UK right now, and even at that time of the morning, they'll still sell out the venue, no problem. I don't see how much business the UFC would have actually lost if they just done this at UK time. I know they do this around the world when they go to the likes of Australia, but when it's in Australia, it's on in like the Sunday afternoon, so it's still handy for the fans. They can still go and watch it. You know, they're not having to miss like a full night's sleep. They're going to be energised on a Sunday afternoon getting to watch the UFC. Apparently the venue's going to stop selling drinks at like 3 AM. So the UFC is expecting all the fans in that arena on that night to watch the full main card without a drink in their hands. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me try and paint a picture for how frustrating this night is going to be for fans that go to it. So you'll rock up to the venue at about 11 PM. Maybe slightly before, but the prelims start at 11 PM. You'll be tired because you'll have been up all day. You start drinking. You'll probably be drinking before, but you're drinking and you get the 3 AM, or just as the main card is starting to come on. So just as the proper buzz is starting to build, the bar closes. You can't get a drink anymore at the bar. This would put a massive damper on the night. The main card starts. Hopefully the fights are banging and we do get a good spectacle on the night. But once the event ends, you would think, right, it's okay, you can just walk back home. But that's not even possible. The new stadium that this is in, it's a newly built stadium. This will be the first fight night or first combat sports event ever held in the stadium. It's right beside the Etihad. If anyone knows where the Etihad is in Manchester, it's about 40 minutes outside the city centre. And you'd think, right, it's okay, you can just jump on a tram. There's not even trams on in Manchester at this time. The trams don't start until 6:30. So hopefully Tom Aspinall will get the job done quick, and Leon Edwards probably will go to a decision. But let's say the main card isn't over there about 5:30, 6 o'clock. You've still got half an hour, 40 minutes of walking about Manchester, having not had a drink in so many hours. You'll be coming down from the drink, you'll be starting to sober up, and that feels absolutely horrible. You'll be in shit form. For the fans that stay up all the time and go sleepless nights for the UFC all the time, this is just a massive fuck you to them. And I think, for me, it's pretty annoying and pretty frustrating that the UFC's done this. Even if we're to go back to the Leon and Usman trilogy, I think it was UFC 286 or something around then, this was on at normal time. It was on at peak time for UK fans, and I'm sure the viewing figures for that would have been absolutely massive all around the UK. This is also a fuck you to the rest of Europe as well, because they've got a very similar time zone to the UK. There's maybe a couple hours difference, but they also have to get up through the night and watch UFC pay-per-view events and fight nights all the time. And even still, they're getting a European card, and again, it's on at the US prime time. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's put a dampener in such a big announcement. I'm still excited for the card. I'm still going to go over to Manchester, and I'm still going to try and get tickets if I can get tickets. I'm definitely going to go to the event, but I'm going to be over there for fight week, and I'll be bringing lots and lots of content and videos that week as well. As much as the inconsideration from the UFC, it has pissed me off, but I'm still going to be there. So make sure and follow the channel, like, share and subscribe so you can see my content on that fight week. I'll be uploading videos about other numbered events and other UFC gossip on the way to the card too. So make sure, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.